Hi guys, this is Red from Red's Third Dimension Gaming, and today I'm going to be reviewing Dynasty Warriors 9 for the PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 4 Pro. The Warriors series has changed slightly year over year, and in this latest entry, it has finally evolved drastically. Are these changes good, or do they ruin the franchise? Let's find out in this review. Dynasty Warriors always stays close to the original Romance of Three Kingdoms storyline. In Dynasty Warriors 9, players will have to complete key and secondary events, beginning with the Yellow Turban Rebellion through the unification of China. Since moving the game from a linear, simplistic map schematic to an open world, it helps create a longer playtime because of how much there is available for the player to explore. Players will experience the story through 10 grueling chapters, and ultimately, it was a satisfying experience. The game has little options at the beginning of the game. It has only one story mode, and that's it. There isn't a free mode or online, offline co-op play in the game. On your first playthrough, you can only choose one character for each of the few dynasties. Once you complete a chapter, you'll have more character options. One thing that Dynasty Warriors 9 does a great job at is completely changing almost everything from the previous games and doing it well. You can choose to complete the game at your own pace too. I never had to worry about dumb AI comrades dying and getting a game over. Typically, they can take care of themselves. This is one issue that I have had with many of the past Dynasty Warriors games. Some key new features found in this game include fishing, Assassin's Creed-like towers, exploding pots that you can take with you, and hunting. The fishing in the game works fine, but isn't anything spectacular. Also, there is a problem with reporting the fishing side mission, but it is confirmed to be fixed, along with many other issues with a day one patch. The battle gameplay has been simplified and is much different than before. The new state combo system provides a player with 3 types of attacks: trigger, flow, and reactive. Flow attacks are your normal square button command, but these attacks can change depending on if you are in midair, on the ground, or if your opponent is on the ground. Trigger attacks are like special attacks that are used with R1 plus another command button. These can stun, launch, and knock down enemies. If you use R1 in circle, you can unleash a powerful special ability that is unique to each officer. As always, there is Muzu attack, which is your ultimate skill. Finally, the reactive attacks are used by pressing triangle at key moments in the battle. These include blocking, breaking a block, finishing an opponent, and much more. Dynasty Warriors 9's progression system is simple and easy to use. You gain points for leveling up by completing side quests and main story battles. I think that this progression system could be improved upon in the future, but it is easy to use. I mentioned before that there are Assassin's Creed-like towers in the game. These and special rocks in the game allow a player to see clusters of items like rubies, gold, silver, and much more, and see more of a certain area on the map. I didn't think this was unique enough as Far Cry and Assassin's Creed's spinning in a circle, It has been done before, and I think that they could have come up with a better way of doing it. There are also secret hideaway houses that you can buy in the game too. These are your own secret getaways where you can invite officers who you have relationships with, decorate, and restore your own health. The game also features a slightly less impressive campfire scenario than Final Fantasy 15. But it is okay in my opinion because it's not that important to me. You can rest or cook meals at the campfire. This will restore health, and meals will provide you with boosters that will last a set amount of time. Creation in the game can be really hard, even for insignificant items. In previous games, you used to get powerful items and weapons. In Dynasty Warriors 9, you receive scrolls. After scavenging the right amount of items isn't enough. Sometimes you need multiple scrolls just to forge the weapon or item. It feels a little much for a hack and slash game. I feel like it could have been simpler and easier. The grappling hook is so much fun and is a nice addition to Dynasty Warriors 9. If you find yourself in need to take down a bowsman, use the grappling hook to climb up, or if you want, you can use the boring ladder and slice them up. You could also use the bow, but I think the grappling hook is so much more fun. If the gates are closed and you need a way in, don't just stand around and wait. You can use the grappling hook to climb up and over. You can also use it to climb mountains. This provides for a more unique gameplay experience when compared to previous Dynasty Warriors games. After all of the fun, prepare yourself for this game's flaws. Not every game is perfect. I'm assuming the reason for the worst graphics and lip movement is because the game's environments were built from the ground up. Nothing will really take your breath away in this game. Well, except for the terrible voice acting.
Can't be avoided. In fact, things are only likely to get more difficult from here on out. Although, I am quite impressed with your strength, Dion Wei. In fact, you remind me of Eli, the fabled hero of old.
There's no need for such praise. I simply do what I can to protect you from harm. You're an important person in this world, so I've got to give my best to help support your rise.
I appreciate your service. Having you at my side enables me to traverse the path I have set for myself, free from fear.
But because I'm at your side, you're embarrassing me. Of course, I'd feel better if you stayed behind me where it's safe.
My war is one to bring an end to the chaos that plagues this world. As such, I cannot simply cower behind my men. I must take the lead and set an example for all. Together, we'll create a new world where all may prosper. I'm depending on you, my very own Eli, to help me make it happen.
When you put it like that, I guess I've got no choice but to agree. You're embarrassing me. You're embarrassing me. You're embarrassing me.
I don't know if I'll ever request for English voices again in a Warriors game. They sound boring and horrible. We shouldn't just blame the voice actors though. The scripts look poorly written. On PC, the game wouldn't even run on my computer. Even on 640p, it had lagging issues. The game runs at 30 frames per second, and this is on the PS4 Pro. It definitely isn't 60 frames per second. I'm okay with the graphics being worse than the previous Dynasty Warrior PS4 entries because of the gameplay being so fun. Another issue that I ran into were the side missions. At first they were very different, but after Chapter 3, they all felt too similar and were the exact same missions. A positive about the side missions is that they can give you a good amount of experience points. Is this game easy? I found the game's difficulty to be easy depending on how you play. If you rush into the main fight without obtaining other castles or enemy bases, it'll be tough. The more bases that you have under your control and many missions that you do will cause your main opponent to be weaker. I made one of the early bosses really easy by having his level the whole ways down to level 1. So they'll start really high and then they'll go low, depending on how much you progress and how many bases you have under your control. So if you put more effort into the game, it will be easier. It feels really rewarding. Overall, the game does feel a bit rushed. The new battle system and other elements made me love this game and play it for hours on end. The graphics, English voice acting, facial expressions, and side missions aren't inspirational. Hopefully, the PC version will be hastily patched or fixed. I'm giving this game a 7 out of 10. There are brand new experiences for this franchise, but it has quite a few flaws that I can't ignore. If you would like to buy the game and also help support my channel, you can use the Amazon or PlayAsia link below, and you'll get $3 off your PlayAsia purchase if you use the code R3D. I'd like to give a shout out to my patrons for this month: Yo-Yo Mongo, Art CMB DIA, and as always, Mike Shadow 24. Thank you guys for being my patrons, and I appreciate the support. If you would like to become a patron and get some early access to reviews or audio or behind the scenes pictures or anything, you can donate $1 or more, and it'll also help support me. It's kind of like a tip jar for my channel. And finally, if you'd like to watch gameplay footage of this game, you can go check it out on my channel. Most of it will be for the PS4 version, since that's the version that is working for me. So I'll be uploading lots of gameplay for this game. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to thumbs up, comment below, and subscribe. See ya in the next review.
There's only one of them! Don't pull back! Crush him now!
Blue among men, red hair among horses. That's him.
Let's get out of here! There's no way we will survive!